welcome back. This time we review the latest film in the descent of Val Kilmer's career. Originally titled Mr. Nobody, this film is now known as The Traveler. The plot: on a dark Christmas Eve in a small town, 6 cops are on shift and encounter a mysterious man who goes by the name Mr. Nobody. As the night progresses, they find out that he just isn't some nobody, but a vengeful killer whose past threatens to haunt them all to death. On with the review. It's from the director of not one, but 2 Steven Seagal films, plus the Sci-Fi original Hammerhead Shark Frenzy, and the writer of 2 episodes of White Collar on USA, comes The Traveler. Some of it makes sense, and some of it doesn't. Most of it that doesn't, they try and explain away with their supernatural plot. The whole idea here is that Kilmer has supernatural powers, and uses them to toy with the cardboard cutout characters until knocking them off with death scenes so poor that early Friday the 13th movies would probably hide a chuckle. As our backstory evolves, we learn that 1 year ago, the main detective had his daughter kidnapped and murdered. Not knowing of the murder yet, he decided to grab some random drifter, a traveler perhaps, who had been spotted near where she was last seen, because that's the perfect way to find a suspect. Along with 5 other officers, they tortured the man into a coma while he vowed his innocence. Our good guys tortured a man into a coma as he begged and pleaded that he was innocent. One main point focused on is the detective swearing that he doesn't care about the drifter because "You're a nobody, and my daughter is my life." While the scene focuses on many things that the movie will remind you of quite often, such as the weapons the characters used, which is supposed to tie in with their punishments later, but the movie kinda gets lazy with that. Now, Val Kilmer arrives, acting overly calm, and wearing clothes to hide the fact that calories make things taste better. He tells the fat cop of the group that he's there to confess to murder. Whenever Kilmer is near, odd things occur, such as lights in the station flickering. He has no fingerprints. His pictures develop without a person standing there. They put him in one cell, but when they go back, he's in another. It's all really silly. The film seems to spin its wheels at numerous points. With every confession, we see the flashback to the group torturing the drifter. The movie doesn't seem to believe that you'll remember why these cops are being punished. In all honesty, I truly think that this film would have worked better as a 1-hour episode for an anthology series. If I made a pie chart of the film, this is how it would break down. This movie is 30% flashback, 25% slow motion, 20% bad gore effects, 15% plot development, and 10% Val Kilmer close-ups. You gotta get your money's worth, people. Oh, and the ending ticked me off. The twist they had was fine, then the ending ruins everything. I'm willing to ignore bad movie elements if you can deliver a fun little story with an okay ending. It's how I survived Sci-Fi Saturday. On a grading scale, I would give it a D. Who knows? You might enjoy most of the movie. You might be an easy-to-scare person who enjoys these kind of films. But the ending's horrible. The ending destroys any chance I see of anyone ever really enjoying this film. The review is over. I'm about to spoil the ending and say why I didn't like it. The detective is the only one left. Kilmer reveals he was the person to kidnap and kill the detective's daughter. And the reason he's out there torturing and killing them? It's because he's mad he got caught. That makes perfect sense, actually. But then, things go dumb. Kilmer starts his last confession, because that's their gimmick. When he goes to confess to a murder, one of the cops die. The detective, thinking that hearing this will cause him to die, takes out a pen and jams it into his ears to deafen himself. This is instantly dropped, because we can still hear Kilmer, which makes me assume that he can still hear Kilmer. He even reacts to what's being said, so it's hard to believe that he was deafened. So Detective runs and hides under his desk. That's the hero. That's the guy we're supposed to be rooting for right now. And no, it doesn't make it better that he was right. He still grabbed a random person and tortured them into a coma that they later died from. Under his desk, he meets his daughter's ghost. No, really, his daughter's ghost is there. And she says she was too scared to come earlier, but she knows how to beat Kilmer. And how do you do it? Well, it's rather simple. He prefers to be known as Mr. Nobody. So all you have to do is say his name. Is his name Rumpelstiltskin? Because that's what you just pulled on me, movie. The kicker? She knows the name. So she tells it to her daddy, who springs up, spits it out at Kilmer, and then shoots him with a shotgun. Kilmer crashes out a window and disappears before hitting the ground. The end! Daddy Detective lives, except he's now apparently deaf. I don't know, maybe he can only hear ghosts. All the rest of the crew is dead. Have fun explaining that to everyone else. Yeah, that's the ending. It's just not good to have a character show up and say, hey, here's how you win. Oh, okay. And then the good guy wins. That's bad. That's very, very bad. The ending is so bad, I don't even know how to end this video, because saying that ending feels so anticlimactic. The endings can't get worse, can they? That's a pretty bad ending. I'm just rambling now. I need to end this video, but I'm just rambling now because it makes no sense. The end? How do I end this daggone video? Maybe I should just cut myself off in mid-